Let's go to America. What so much has happened over the past few days. Donald Trump, who this show began the night that Donald Trump was elected president of the US, and two people who have been with us on that ride for the last 8 years are, of course, former cab driver from New York, Benji Irby, and Shemeka Michelle from Carolina. Great to see you both. Trump is back in the saddle, or so it would appear. This is great stuff. We want to see a lot of you two during the year as we keep track on the journey to the White House for Donald Trump. So I called it a year ago, said he would be the next president of the USA. What do you think, Shemeka Michelle?
Listen, first of all, I have a little embarrassment knowing that other countries are laughing at the president we have now. I just feel a little peace when I know that Australians know I wasn't one of the idiots that actually voted for him to be in office. Look, I am so excited about what's happening with Donald Trump, him winning the Iowa caucus, and I'm just really excited. You know, I think that he stands a very good chance, although he has all of these cases against him right now. People see that it's not real. They understand that this is election interference and that this is just the other side really coming after their opponent and trying to do whatever they can to stop the person that really needs to be in the White House.
Liz.
Impeached twice, indicted 4 times. The lawsuits are piling up. But Benji, it certainly doesn't seem to be reflecting in the Republicans' popularity for Donald Trump. They absolutely love the guy. He looks like he's going to romp it in terms of becoming the Republican nominee.
Well, it's because all this stuff is petty, it's fraudulent, and doesn't mean anything. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think that Joe Biden was the best thing to ever happen to Donald Trump, because now that we've had 4 years under Biden, people can honestly look at their finances, honestly look at, at their home, their taxes, at where they are now, and be able to honestly look at where they are then. And the media, at this point, they can't lie anymore. They can't, they can't use George Floyd anymore. They can't use this racist thing, that race thing. It's just not working anymore. And Black voters, as well as many Latino voters, are seeing that. So, I'm grateful, unfortunately, that this had to happen, but it was the only thing that could happen in order for us to even get to a place where we can get Donald Trump back for 2024.
James.
Shemeka, you mentioned the media before, and Benji, you did too. But Shemeka, I want to ask you about this. We've got the New Hampshire primaries coming up this week. I have been hearing reports from on the ground that Democrats are planning to go and vote in the Republican primary for Nikki Haley to create noise and headwinds against Donald Trump, so they can say, oh, look, Donald Trump's not that popular after all in New Hampshire. What is your read on some of these tactics by Democrats to try and create that sort of noise in the media to stop Donald Trump's momentum here?
This is who they are. They are just a dishonest group of people. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is what they're planning to do, because they want to get people nervous and afraid and think, okay, it's pointless to go out and vote for him. But what we know is that the Democrats can't be trusted. More and more people are waking up to the devices that they use. And so I don't think it'll work. I do think that people are tired of Joe Biden, even the people that voted for him. So I think that still people will get out and vote. Gas is too high, food is too high, and people realize he's just a senile old man who most of the time don't even know that he's with us. And so whatever the Democrats try, I don't think it's going to work.
Benji, you'll remember that it was a few years ago that I learnt that you are not, in fact, black, when Joe Biden told us that if you didn't vote for Joe Biden, you weren't black. And we all enjoyed that moment. Tell me what's been happening with the black and Hispanic votes is Trump drawing them back? What's happening there?
Well, I think the biggest thing that's happening right now is legal immigration. We're seeing now that in a lot of Black communities, we're having these illegals that are coming over our border, they're being put in Chicago, they're being put into New York, they're being put into all these places. And a lot of these places that they're put into Black communities. So now the Black community has to look at itself and say, hey, look, these are the people that we've been voting for, and look at what they're doing. Look at who, in a place where we're actually trying to go for, reparations and having that conversation with the Black community, you have the people that you vote for, the Democrats you vote for, literally putting people before you, in your face, in your community. I mean, there was a community in Brooklyn where they actually took a school from the people of the neighborhood and decided to have the kids homeschooled so that migrants can come live in the school. So this is crazy. So I feel like at this point, Black people, we're at a place we have to look at ourselves and say, look, clearly the Democrats they're not in it for us. They're bringing people in our faces. They're taking whatever the resources are that were supposed to be for us, for our communities, so people that we vote for, and they are putting illegal immigrants over us. So I think that's where a lot of the change for Trump is going to be coming from for 2024.
Liz?
Shamika, we've seen a lot happen this week in your neck of the woods, but who would you say that Donald Trump will pick for VP? His son came out just this week and said Tucker Carlson isn't out of the question. I mean, obviously that would be the 18 to end all 18s. Do you think there's any possibility of that happening?
I don't know, but I would like to keep Tucker in journalism. I feel like we really benefit from him getting out there and finding the truth on the things that the media tries to continue to lie to us about. So I would hate for us to actually, lose that. I'm sure someone is looking at his spot thinking they can move into it. But I love Tucker doing exactly what he's doing, kind of keeping us informed on the things that they try to hide. So I hope that Tucker is not the one. But when I say, it really doesn't matter to me who he chooses, I'm going to support him 100% either way. There are a few people that I like. A lot of people don't like Vivek Ramaswamy. I like Vivek, and so I'm continuing to keep my eye on him. I do think that he has a political future ahead of him, and it could start with VP. We just don't know.
Shamika, Benji, personally, I'd love to see Ron DeSantis and Trump. I've been saying that for 4 years, but anyway, don't know if that'll happen or not. But let's not going to happen, says Benji.
Not anymore.
Benji's not going down that one. Okay, great to chat to you both. We'll chat again soon. Thank you so much, Benji and Shamika. Always great to have you here on Outsiders.